Time is definitely of the essence, so that is why I'm bringing you this video, because there's no time left. Y'all need to know about this. So kick back, get yourself a little drink, and I will hopefully open your eyes a little bit. I hope so anyways. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff, including Astroworld, so hang on tight.
Because I'm an alien.
Like, your whole idea what a baby is very different.
Yeah.
Fully formed adult. It must be really pretty wonderful.
Yeah, wonderful. It's great. But babies are awesome.
They are.
Yeah, that's great. I've spent a lot of time on AI and neural nets. Neural net is trying to simulate what a brain does, basically, and you can sort of see it learning very quickly. It's just wow.
See things so you're talking about the neural net. You're not talking about an actual baby.
I'm talking about an actual baby.
But both of them.
Baby, formerly known as X-A12, will now go by X-A12, A12 being in Roman numerals.
His mom's breakdown of his name, X being the unknown variable in algebra, Ash, her elven spelling of AI, meaning love or artificial intelligence, A12, that's Dad's contribution to the name. It's the precursor to the SR-17. No weapons, no defenses, just speed. Great in battle but non-violent. Also meaning Archangel, her favorite song. And Metal Rat, that's his Chinese astrological sign.
It's like pronounced Ash. Yeah. And then A12 is my contribution.
Oh, why A12?
Archangel 12, the precursor to the SR-71, coolest plane ever. Because I'm an alien.
That's what I've speculated.
Yes.
I'm on record saying this in the past. I wonder.
It's true.
Oliver Tree has that song called Alien Boy, and I do believe that he was a creation on the International Space Station using cryogenics, and he has Neuralink installed, thus the bowl haircut.
Cannot walk or use their arms to be able to walk again.
Same music video. He crashes and falls to the ground as if to be paralyzed, and his bowl haircut falls behind him and lands on the skeleton next to him, and he grabs it and boom, stands right up. Now Oliver Tree also, he had an accident to where he was in a wheelchair for quite some time, and I'm wondering if this Neuralink thing about having a paraplegic be able to walk again and whatnot is even referring to people that have been cryogenically frozen for several years, that they can be reanimated in this way with Neuralink. This is an anomaly in the Las Vegas area, probably about 60 miles out from Las Vegas. And I found this about a year ago somehow, and I'm really glad I did, because the way it relates to that music video is just bizarre.
It's going to be very tempting to use AI as a weapon. It's going to be very tempting. In fact, it will be used as a weapon.
So essentially, to have the humanoid part, we need to develop some custom actuators and sensors, and then essentially use the Tesla full self-driving or autopilot, or just generally speaking, real-world navigation AI in the humanoid robot. And I think this could be quite profound. I don't know exactly when we will get this right.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea. Terrible.
This is a liquid nitrogen bulk tank, we call them. It's still really cold. We store embryos and sperm. We can also store ovaries as well.
The car is kind of a robot on four wheels, and so then, well, we could probably take that same technology and put it in a humanoid robot and have that robot be useful.
So he's adjusting his little glasses, and you can see he's looking at a lot of strange symbols, and he has a couple of compasses, one on each eye, telling him where he's going, where he should be going. He's tracking. It's really quite strange.
AI creature that's superior to people. Maybe just hang around with us for a little while like you've been doing.
I can't emphasize this enough. There are not enough people. And I think one of the biggest risks to civilization is the low birth rate and the rapidly declining birth rate. It is, and yet so many people, including smart people, think that there are too many people in the world and think that the population is growing out of control. It's completely the opposite. Please look at the numbers. If people don't have more children, civilization is going to crumble. Mark my words.
We're all chimps.
Yeah, we are.
We're one notch above a chimp.
Some of us are a little more confused.
I'm still confused about this one to this very day.
We explore the use of cryogenic sleep in space, hibernation in space travel, so they don't need to worry about piloting the space shuttle or have to do daily routines and such.
Now everything is ready, and our daredevil can step off the station without hesitation.
I cannot see it any other way that Oliver Tree is trying to tell us something for sure. I mean, look at this clip from this animated video. He says he fell down to Earth from 100 miles away, or 100 miles away. Now, we all know that the space station is not in outer space. It's in low Earth orbit.
But a jump from the ISS is very different from a parachute jump from an airplane, 211 miles, to fly down from the ISS to the surface of our planet.
Space Force.
A main challenge confronted by the Pentagon, an idea that has been under consideration for decades. Buckley Air Force Base in Colorado supports air and space operations around the globe. Since its inception in 1947, the US Air Force has created subdivisions to oversee space defense needs. Space Force will be the latest step in this evolution.
So I have sort of like, it's sort of a hobby company called The Boring Company, which started out as a joke, and we decided to make it real, and dig a tunnel under LA.
This tunnel he built under what he calls LA is actually Hawthorne, California. It's on Manhattan Beach Boulevard, just inland from LAX Airport. The thing about LAX Airport is it's known for having a jump room to Mars that existed since the 1970s. A whole other can of worms we can't open right now.
And then other people asked us to dig tunnels, and so we said yes in a few cases.
Elon Musk's Boring Company has opened its first fully operational loop, a 1.7 mile long tunnel.
Wait, she said 1.7 mile tunnel. Now I found this article that conflicts with that, or maybe it doesn't, because this says it's a 29 mile loop. But when we consider the CERN setup of a smaller loop with a big, large outer loop, then it makes perfect sense. So check out this next clip and you'll see.
The Large Hadron Collider is the giant ring, the particle collider that is part of the facility, the entire place, called CERN. There are actually smaller colliders that were built starting in the 50s. I didn't know any of them.
40 feet below the streets of Las Vegas. Built around the Las Vegas Convention Center.
We're considering to install detector modules in the surface in case one of the particles travels 100 meters to the surface.
Now, I know at this point, this video is taking some weird turns. And this is the beauty of rabbit holes. I'm taking you down a rabbit hole exactly as the process goes so that you can see what it actually is like. So when he says that we're putting detectors on the surface, we look at this Astroworld stage. We look at what happened at the Astroworld event. They're moving this thing to Las Vegas right now. What did we just discuss about Vegas?
From Houston, Texas to Las Vegas, 1,400 miles.
So I looked up where Astroworld in Las Vegas used to be. It used to be right across from this nice graded dirt lot just south of that airport. It used to be located right here at the T-Mobile Arena. So I don't know if the new location is going to be the spot that I just saw that was graded and looking ready for something new, but my spidey senses say that that's the spot. So we're going to pan over to that spot again. And what you're going to notice is the word paradise is going to pop up. Oh, what? Well, wait. Paradise means the Garden of Eden from Old French paradis. Paradise, Garden of Eden. That's interesting. But the mountain, yeah, Utopia Mountain. Well, Utopia means literally nowhere. Ouch. So the Garden of Eden in paradise is nowhere.
I'm super pumped to see what happens when CERN turns back on in 2021.
People say, hey, billionaire, you got all this stuff. Like, well, now I don't have stuff. Now what are you going to do?
Attack vector meaning like people target it.
Yeah.
8,500, 700. I can't remember. I just know it was a lot of freaking money for 1,400 miles. You know, a gaming thing. You get what I'm saying? Like a fun world or something. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking for kids. No, nope, nowhere near. Astroworld with Travis Scott and all the other performers. That's what they want Trucking with Tay to come pick up and take back to Las Vegas, man. Wow, never in a million years that I thought that something that went as viral as it did, I will be going to pick it up and take it back to its original location. You get what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's gonna be out the way. Look, it's a whole lot of freaking cranes and forklifts and broke my light. Tucked it in here, and if they didn't tuck it, the thing pushed it in, right? And then gonna tell me we don't know what happened to it. They loaded this stuff on me, and they didn't give me no freaking paperwork, and they was nonchalant about it. You ain't finna tell me this happened before I got here because I know my trailer, and tell me why it was a broken piece of the light, right? A broken piece of the light laying right here on top of the trailer. Look at this. Look at that. They tried to hide it. And when I said something about it, he got an attitude with me. He's like, so you mean to tell me from Tennessee, Dallas, to Houston, you mean to tell me a broken light gonna get missed when I do load checks?
So Neuralink, we have Neuralink's working well in monkeys.
Cyberman.
Non-threat.
And we're also doing just a lot of testing and just confirming that it's very safe and reliable, and that the Neuralink device can be removed safely.
How far away are we from something that's really truly sentient?
Like a company is essentially a cybernetic collective of people and machines. That's what a company is. There's different levels of complexity in the way these companies are formed. We're already a cyborg. That phone is an extension of yourself. The communication rate between you and the cybernetic extension of yourself, that is your phone and computer, is slow. It's very slow. It's an interface problem, data rate problem. If you solve the data rate problem, then I think we can hang on to human-machine symbiosis through the long term.
People may have seen the demo that we published earlier this year, the video of a monkey playing the video game Pong telepathically using the Neuralink in its brain. It's completely wireless, charges inductively. But basically, the monkey looks completely normal and yet is playing a video game telepathically, which is, I think, quite profound. We will have, we hope to have this in our first humans.
Now, this baby is supposed to be some kind of like a not real life baby. It's supposed to be like a robot. But I do believe that this is exactly what he's been describing. This baby X3. It looks literally like a clone of his own child, the A12 kid. Now, I know I keep bringing up Oliver Tree, but this man blows my mind. Look at the symbolism in this picture of him being self-replicating, cloned in so many ways. It's just unbelievable. If Oliver Tree is not an alien dropped down from the ISS that was created in a lab, then he's trying to let us know that this is what's going on, because I can't see it any other way. And then we have Travis Scott, who is, let's face it, one of the ugliest dudes on God's green earth. He's got that strange, like, bull haircut with the funny braids. That also tells me again that he's probably got that Neuralink thing going on. He's got, like, full dentures that are just disgusting. He's just gross. And Mike Dean, shit.
Next year, pending FDA approval. And I should say our standards for implanting the device are substantially higher than what the FDA requires. Emphasis on cautiously optimistic about this. I think we have a chance with Neuralink of being able to restore natural. It's a super big deal, and I don't want to raise hopes unreasonably, but I'm increasingly convinced that this can be done.
50,000 hats, $1 million. And he's like, okay, we'll sell something and for $10 million. And that was 20,000 flamethrowers at $500 each.
How many did you make?
20,000. Well, we didn't put a lot of time into the flamethrower. This was an off-the-cuff thing. I'm a big fan of Spaceballs, the movie. And in Spaceballs, pulls out the flamethrower. It's like, we should do a flamethrower. So
Does anybody tell you no? Does anybody go, Elon?
I mean, to be totally frank, it's actually just a roofing torch with an air rifle cover. That's why we were very clear. This is not actually a flamethrower. And also we were told that various countries would ban shipping of it. But they would ban flamethrowers. So to solve this problem for all the customs agencies, we labeled it not a flamethrower.
Did it work? Was it effective?
I don't know. I think so. Yeah.
I hope I can have your agreement to create as little publicity as possible.
I think 4 days. They sold out in 4 days. They went fast.
Well, if you stuck it through until the end, thank you very much. And I will leave you with these beautiful shots that I took of the sky just before the sun rose a few mornings ago. And I just want to tell you all to stay blessed, stay awake, keep researching, and let's keep the conversation going. I totally appreciate comments, and I do apologize if sometimes my tone tends to sound angry. I think I'm mostly just kind of bewildered, really. Anyways, peace out.